Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
If you guys are new to our channel, my name is Gabby. This is Chris. Oh yes.
Christian.
If you're not new to our channel, welcome back. Today we decided to do our how we met video. So let's get into it. So we first met
in high school.
No, we did not. He wishes. But no, we actually met. I had just moved to Denver from my hometown. I was trying to get my life situated, like didn't know if I want to go to college or not, and I started working at Gordman's. If you don't know what Gordman's is, it's a retail store. So
like a clothing store.
Clothing, furniture, shoes, all that good stuff.
Kind of like a Ross.
Yeah, I guess like a Ross. And we met, late 2013.
I think I was working there before you. Yeah?
Yeah, you were already working there, but he worked a completely different shift than I did. Like, I worked in the evenings, and he was working.
I would go in the morning to, like, unload the trailers, put the price tags on them, and then put them on the racks.
Don't start and don't make that face, because then it's boring. With you just, like... Okay. Okay, keep going. So, your side when you first saw me?
The first time I went up to you, you're just straightening out the watches, and you're over there by the colognes or the perfumes.
He went up to me and was like, "Hi, are you new here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've been here for a week." And then he was like, "My name's Christian, nice to meet you." And he like shook my hand, and I was like,
"What's up, girl?" What's up?
And so I was like, "Hi." Now, if you guys know me from back in high school, I was like the shyest girl ever. I never talked. Nothing. So I just felt my face getting like super red and I had no idea what to tell him. I was just like, "Hi, I'm Gabby." And it was just kind of like really awkward. So Christian took it as me being a bitch.
Because he had bitch face on. You were just like...
A couple days went by and then he was in the break room. When I walked in the break room, he was taking his 15-minute break maybe, or I don't know, lunch or something. And he just started talking to me and he was like, "How old are you?" And we were both 18 at the time, but it was like literally about to be my birthday, like 2 days later. So I was like, "I'm 18, but I'm gonna be 19 in 2 days." And he was like...
So excited to be 19.
Do you remember that when we were sitting there?
Yeah, I remember that.
And then he asked me, he goes, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And I was like, like, this was the first thing he asked me. And I said, I was like, no. I was like a little hesitant. Like, when Christian, like, keep this in your mind, like when Christian and I first met, we both had like, just left our like high school sweethearts. So I was kind of just like, no, I don't have a boyfriend, but I was like still talking to him, but I didn't know what to tell him. So it was kind of like, no. And then I was like, "Do you?" And he's like, "No, we just broke up." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Me too." Like we were both like newly single, even though we were both still talking to our exes. Then, like, I didn't work the next day, but on the day of my birthday, which was 2 days later, I worked. So I walk into work and he's like,
I thought it was a good idea because after I talked to her and everything, I thought she was, I liked her. I thought she was cutie pie. But I thought it'd be a good idea because I remember that her birthday was coming up to get her a little mini happy birthday cake.
Yeah, so I remember walking into the store. He gave me a hug and was like, "Happy birthday." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. You remembered, And I was still awkward as fuck. Well, then once again, I go to take my break and he's there again. He goes, "I got you something." And I'm like, "What the hell?" Like, dude, I just met you. Like, in my mind, I was like, what did he get me? And he pulls out this little cake like this big. And he goes, "Here, I bought you a birthday cake. Happy birthday." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then I was just sitting there, like, looking at it. And
I was like,
then
gee.
He goes,
I thought this was cute or something.
He goes, "You're not going to eat it?" And I was like, "Well, there's no fork or anything.
She just made up excuses, didn't know what to say.
No, I was just like, what do I eat it with? It was my hand. Like, and he just started laughing. He was blushing. And he was like, oh, fuck, I forgot the fork. And then I was like, okay, I'll eat it. Like, don't worry, I'm not going to go toss it, like, I'll take it. Thank you. I don't think we had even exchanged numbers at that time.
I think a couple of days later, you wrote your number down on a piece of paper because you were too embarrassed over your phone.
Oh, yeah. I
asked her for her phone number.
I told him my phone was dead. And because he was going to give me his number, but I told him that my phone was dead. So then I was like, go get a paper, I'll write my number down for you. Because, like, I could have just texted him, but I had, like, one of those little flip phones. And
it was like
the prepaid phones.
It was an older guy.
And
yeah.
And he went and got a fucking receipt paper. And I wrote my number down. And
because I was such in a hurry to get your number, I was like, fuck, I couldn't find no papers. So the receipt paper.
So I wrote my number down and gave it to him. But, like, I was already thinking, like, oh, he's cute, whatever. I don't even remember if you texted me that same day or...
No, because it was late.
And he said, good morning. And, asked me, do you work today? And I said, no, I'm off. And he said, I'm off too. Then he texted back right away and was like, do you want to hang out today? And he was actually going to come pick me up, but he didn't know that I had a car. Like, this entire time he thought that I would get dropped off at work, but I actually had a car. Then I was like, well, where do you want to meet up? And he said, do you want to go get lunch? And I said, sure, I'll pick you up. Where do you live?
And then we went to Wingslingers.
Yeah,
we went to
Wingslingers.
And so, I think we
missed. No. We're skipping parts. We were supposed to. You invited me to the movies first before we hung out.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so let's backtrack. We actually worked that next day, and then he said,
what are you doing tonight? I asked her. I just basically.
Yeah.
I grabbed my towel and he's like, buckles up, and I was like, yo, what's up, Heina? Down to go to a date with me, or what's up? What's good?
So then he asked me if I wanted to go to the movies with him after work, and I was like, sure. It's kind of late though. Like, I have to let my mom know. Then I told him, I was like, yeah, I'll go with you. And then he said, what movie do you want to watch? And then he said, well, I want to watch Bad Grandpa. And I was like, me too.
So we saw Bad Grandpa.
So that was our first, date. Well, we weren't, going out yet. He hadn't asked me to go out with him. He just asked me to go to the movies with him. So I
considered it a date.
I guess that was, our first date. And we went to the movies and then watched the whole movie. And it was, awkward.
It broke the ice.
It really did, but it was kind of awkward. At some parts, I wanted to laugh so hard, but I didn't want him to be like, oh, what the fuck? And finally, he drove me back to the parking lot of our job, and he literally really tried hugging me. He was I was like, okay, bye, thank you, I had fun, whatever, and then he's standing at my car door, holding my car door, and I'm standing there trying to get in my car. And he was just looking at me, and I'm like,
why do you have to tell this part of the story?
It's funny, in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking kiss you for once, if that's what you're looking for.
Oh my God.
I was like, let me go. No.
She just went in my face, pushed me out of the way, and just drove away.
And ran over my foot. That was it. I think it was the next day after that when you texted me and asked if I was off, and I was like, yeah, I'm off, and I didn't have school yet. I hadn't started yet.
Oh, and then the whole Wingslingers.
Yeah, then we went
but yet again, when we were eating at Wingslingers, we opened up more to each other.
Yeah, we just hit it off. We literally clicked instantly. On our drive back to the parking lot the night before, it was
lot? Oh, because I lived at the apartments.
Yeah, it was nonstop talking. We had so much to talk about, and it was we had known each other for years, which was really cool. We literally had lunch that day and then hung out until 4 in the morning in my car. We literally went back to his apartment and just parked my car at a parking slot, and we sat there and just talked and talked and talked and talked and just went on till 4 in the morning. So then after that, we just hung out for day after day after day. Like literally I would get off of work and go hang out with him, like go to his house, his apartment. Like I would just go and park and he'd meet me in my car and we would just talk. Then, like we had said previously, we weren't being serious about each other. Like we were both just like seeing each other. He had asked me to be his girlfriend and then he broke up with me. I was like, oh well, that was just a quick like hang out, like whatever. But then like he had told me his birthday was in January and I remembered his birthday. So like, but I texted him and I was like, happy birthday. But I had a brand new phone number, so he got it. And I remember him texting me back right away being like, hey, or he said, thank
I was
you,
like,
but
thank
who
you,
is this?
who's this?
Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. And then I waited all day. And then I was thinking about it, like, who is this? And I kept thinking about it, like, who could it be? And I couldn't think of anybody. So I was
you
like,
forgot me that fast.
yeah, no.
Yeah, then he texted me back like 10:30 at night and he was like, thanks for, what did you say? I think he just asked again, like, who is this?
I said, thank you for the happy birthday, but who is this?
Yeah, and then it took me like 30 minutes to respond.
30 seconds?
No. So then I was like, I just texted it and I said, Gabby, and I sent it. What did you think, like, when my name popped up on your screen? Like,
oh,
it's
just my heart melted and I was like, what?
You're so dumb.
No, just like, oh, I felt a
Yeah.
little warm inside.
I don't even know what he texted me. So then we just started talking again, and then a couple days later, he was like, do you want to hang out? And I was like, I don't know, I was like hesitant, and I was like, sure. So I went to hang out with him again. We got
busy.
we went and we got
Busy.
chubbies. We got chubbies.
Oh, yeah.
We started talking again and hanging out like every single day. Like there was not a day, like I would literally go to school, go to work, straight to his house, go to school, go to work, straight to his house. And we were hanging out every day. And then like stuff happened like in his life and stuff that then eventually we moved in together. Like he moved in with me and my parents. We lived together at my mom and my dad's house for about less than a year. We got an apartment. We got our first apartment together because I was like, I don't want to live with my parents. Like, let's get our own place. Let's like, I had already graduated school. Like we both had a good job where we could afford an apartment. And it was May 2015 when we got our first apartment. We lived there for an entire year. I got pregnant November 2015. So when our lease came up, we actually moved back in with my mom and my dad.
But we were in process of getting a house.
Yeah, like we had already been approved and all that. Following March, we had a house. We were moving into our house.
Yeah, because we had
our first house. Yeah, because Anais was 7 months when we got our house. March 2017, we got our house, our first house in our past video that you guys saw when we were moving. And then we lived in it for 2 years, and then now
like 2.5.
Then we decided that we were gonna sell our house and get a bigger house so that my parents can move in with us. So now we're here. The only question that we got when I made that poll on Instagram was, when are you guys having another baby? Well, we actually are not having another baby anytime soon. I'm not ready. Like,
I am. I've been ready since Anais was born.
Christian wants another baby, but I'm not ready. I feel like we work so much right now that I feel like it's not fair. Like, I'm getting emotional right now about it because I hate that I've worked Anais's entire like baby stages and missed so much that I don't want to have another baby and have to do the same thing. So that's gonna wait. Not having another baby anytime soon, so there's that question. Christian really wants another one, but I'm like, no, I can't do it. That's it for our video. That's our how we met video. It probably was a little bit longer than it should have been. All right, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you with our next video.